ready. We so ready.
I've been wanting to do that for a while.
I know, me too.
Yeah.
I was really jealous of the whole Bob Bradley reveal and all of it. But I think we nailed it.
New signings?
I think so.
We looked
Put us in.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yes! Look at this.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to This Week in MLS. Obviously, we are here in LA at Bank of California Stadium, what soon will be the home of LAFC. Calen and I just got a tour of this beautiful stadium. It is going to be ridiculous. I cannot wait to come back for a game. Yeah. Already excited.
I do feel a little ridiculous in this helmet,
though. The helmet.
Just when you thought there were no more.
But this should be second home for you, you know? You should be really comfortable in it.
Signed by LAFC.
All right, we'll take this off.
Here we go.
Now we're ready to do the show. Sunglasses off. Show the moneymaker. Show the moneymaker. Oh, yeah.
Come on. Swag is important here. I feel like if you put this stuff on, you instantly become cool. Yeah.
I feel legit.
Yep.
I feel legit.
We've made it.
Okay, so we're gonna get to more of this awesomeness in just a sec. But first, we got to talk about a little thing called the MLS Cup final.
Yes.
Congratulations to Toronto FC. They bring it home. I mean, what can you say about this team, Calen? After a completely historic season, they win the Supporters' Shield, most points in MLS history.
Canadian Cup Championship.
Canadian Cup Championships. This was the last box that they needed to check. And they had said it leading up to this game. They were obsessed with getting here. They took it home. They got the job done. It was a really, really impressive performance on the field.
Yeah, best team ever. I mean, there's nothing else to say. But I can't help but think about where they came from.
Yeah.
And there's a famous quote. Danny Kuverman said that it was the worst team in the world. I think this is like 2011.
Ouch.
Had so many struggles. I played actually in Toronto's first home game.
You did, that's
their
right.
First win. Danny Dichio, of course, with the legendary goal. And so to be there for that, then come back last year, see the suffering, the heartbreak of that crowd and the team, and then come back a year later and see the complete opposite. Just so much joy. I was in the supporter section with the Kings of the North and the rest of the supporters to watch it happen. Danny Dichio came by and celebrated afterwards, and it was sort of a surreal moment for me, having been there for these sort of historic markers and sort of the final bow for this TFC project.
It was really incredible, and to your point, I mean, having been there last year and witnessing how sad it was for those fans, I was just so happy for them that they had this moment to celebrate. It was awesome being on the field after the game. But one guy I want to talk about in particular, and I actually, this was my twin takeaway last week leading up to it, was Jozy Altidore, who ends up getting the game-winning goal. And
you're going to take credit for the Jozy call?
I'm not taking credit.
I'm pretty sure I called that the predictions.
I'm not taking credit, but it was my takeaway last week. And you just got a sense from this guy all week that he in particular, Michael Bradley, had something to prove. They were on a mission, and for him to deliver, we talked about the status of being a legend. I think that this cements his place 100% without a doubt in TFC lore. It was just a beautiful goal. They they earned it, and Jozy Altidore set out on a mission. He accomplished it.
All the haters, all the Jozy haters can finally shut up. I'm looking at all you guys. No, I really do think there was that element to this, and for me, he's been the best player in MLS playoffs the last 2 years. If it wasn't for Stephen Fry's save last year, that would have been his moment as well. The best player in the run-up, the guy I knew was going to be able to find the difference in this one. Excellent little run behind Osorio to Javinko, finds him on the looping run to the inside, and then he takes a touch across, shows some good patience there to be able to give himself a little bit of a better angle, get Stephen Fry moving, and then a great finish, and then from there it's just the celebration continues.
Well, Calen, leading up to this game, we talked a lot about the atmosphere amongst both of the teams, and Seattle kind of came into Toronto. They were loose. They were really, really loose. They looked like they were enjoying themselves, whereas Toronto FC was just, it was all business. You could tell that they had set out this mission. They were there to accomplish it. I was a little bit surprised at how Seattle came out in this one. It just seemed like they were kind of content to sit back, sort of absorb some pressure, and it didn't feel like the attitude that they came in with matched what was on the field to me.
Well, it surely didn't match the expectations, particularly of the media. I think we all thought they were going to come out with a more positive slant, and I think that was probably a bit naive on our part. I think Seattle's gone up there and done exactly what they needed to do last year, and I think the plan was to do the same, make it a tight game, and then trust that they had a little bit more this year going forward with Will, Clint, and Jordan coming off the bench to be able to find a goal when they needed it. And I was sitting with the supporter section in Toronto, and at halftime there were whispers of fans saying, "Oh no, here we go again," because it was 0-0 at halftime.
They had chances though. Toronto had chances in the first half. Steph Fry. We have to talk about how good he was. Once again, I was like, he's going to be the MVP again.
It looked like nothing was going to get past him. And TFC seemed to have a little bit of a mental block, maybe as can they get that goal, find that moment, but they kept pressing, credit to them. And Josie Altidore showed some personality, some real leadership and courage to be able to take his moment when it came. And then, of course, the late one as the game stretched open, Victor Vasquez, who, you know, not the best goal, but I think the right person to get a goal in that situation, because in some ways it spoke to his presence in the entire
such an important part of that team this season. And again, just so happy for those Toronto fans that they got to celebrate at home at BMO Field. It was really, really cool. Calen, one more question before we kind of move on.
What do you got?
I mean, especially for a team like Seattle, you know, you win this one. Where do you go from here? What are the takeaways for Seattle?
Well, I think you have to look bigger picture. This team has been to 2 cup finals, won 1 on the road. If they would have won the second one on the road, I think you have to look at them as potentially the best dynasty, which is funny because that shows how small the margins are now, because now you talk about TFC in that light, but the teams that had done back-to-back MLS Cups before had done them at home or at neutral sites, LA Galaxy and Houston Dynamo, so a lot to be proud of. I think Brian Schmetzer has obviously proven his worth, and a guy that, you know, should be there for a long time to come. Christian Roldan took a huge step forward this year. Core returning, they should be contenders again next year. Hopefully, for their sake, they'd want to get a higher seed to be able to try and host throughout. But I still think the East has the leg up, and you see that's what happens. Home field makes a big difference in our current format. And TFC, though,
worthy champions, worthy champions. Congrats to both Seattle and Toronto. Just a heck of a game. So much fun to be there. But now, this is kind of our, did you see that? We didn't bring our button.
No,
we forgot, no button, but we have all this. And this is our, did you see that? You guys, we are here in LA for LAFC's expansion draft that's happening. And we got a little behind the scenes tour of this magnificent place. This is Bank of California Stadium. It's awesome, you guys. Calen, I had seen renderings of this place and what it's going to be, but until you step into this space, I mean, you get a sense of the magnitude of it. It's huge. It's amazing. What are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, it's right downtown, so that creates a whole nother environment here. And then it's huge, but it feels intimate. You know, it's got steep sort of inclines, so the fans are right on top of the field. And then there's a bunch of cool little features, whether it's
the water feature.
We had fun. I was joking that it's a pool. They told me it's a water
It's kind
feature.
of a kiddie pool. It's only going to be 18 inches
but
of water.
We can still make it work.
Exactly. Yeah. Get a little splash on.
The supporters bar was really cool.
Yep.
And then the ceiling. I think the little awning over it's going to keep the sound in here. This place is going to be rocking day one. I know these fans are ready to go. really cool. We got a chance to kind of go in the suites too, the fancy suites. Well, check out the owners. The owners, yes, exactly. Yeah. VIP. You like
all the way.
Name down.
This is going to be a place though to be seen. Be seen and be seen. Is that how the kids say it these days?
Well, it's got a little bit of that. You know, sort of LA vibe, kind of like Susannah Collins.
Exactly.
You know?
You guys, I feel right at home here. And look I've got my swag and everything. I'm ready.
This is a good starting point.
I feel like I fit right in. But this is awesome.
Well, that's the other cool part of it too. Is I saw the fans were chanting at the end of MLS Cup here in a bar, and now 2018. It's a look ahead.
But you were here for the groundbreaking ceremony last year, so this is this must be a pretty cool experience for you to kind of see how it's all come together.
And Magic Johnson, speaking of 2 big stars. And that's what LA
bringing
is
out
about.
The big guns. Bringing out the big guns for this. Well, this is awesome. Thank you so much. We gotta give shout outs to our guys, Will Walsh and Michael Siegel for coordinating this awesome tour. We're so excited to be here and bring you coverage from the expansion draft. So tune into that on MLSsoccer.com. That is going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern, I believe.
Is this the last TWIM of the year?
This is the final TWIM of the year. I feel like we're going out on
We are.
real high, though,
Yeah.
Calen.
We should
look
start
good.
next year too.
I think we
That'd be
should.
pretty
I
cool.
like this idea.
Well, we should thank the fans, though, for supporting us throughout. I know in our travels through the playoffs,
sure.
everywhere, people are always coming up being like, hey, we love the show, we love the show.
And you might just be saying that.
Well, I did have someone in Toronto stop me on the march to the match and say, hey, I love the show. And he's like, but I like Susannah better.
Oh!
I always get that. I can't tell you how much I
love that. I love that. They love you too, Calen. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching all season long. Another huge congrats to Toronto FC on your big win. Worthy, worthy champions. We've had a blast. Stay tuned to MLSsoccer.com because we're going to keep bringing you content.
Yeah,
it doesn't stop here. It doesn't stop here, you guys. Enjoy. We'll see you soon.